here, and we're gonna be checking out K KW. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Kwebbelkop, and his $7.5 million penthouse tour. But I would just really round it up to like $8 million or whatever, close to that, because who knows. But I mean, the thing is, the problem with a lot of these YouTubers, they end up overestimating actually how much money their apartments or their penthouses or their houses actually are by quite a bit. But who knows, right? So let's just even have even more fun. Just let's say his $8 million penthouse tour, right? So let's check this out.
Welcome to my $7.5 million penthouse tour. Let's see if this video can hit 100,000 likes and let's do this.
He has a lot of energy. Now he has 18,000 likes from this. So
I was born and raised in Amsterdam, and that's where this penthouse is located on the entire top floor of this building.
wow, that is a cool building. Not gonna lie. But it would definitely would be really interesting to live in Amsterdam, right? Because I mean, that must be such an interesting place to actually live there. But the thing is, what's kind of interesting is that people will always find other places more interesting than wherever they are living.
I own a lot of art and a swimming pool, which we'll get to in a second. And this beauty, my 10 million YouTube subscriber
10 million YouTube subscriber plaque. Oh wow, so he has almost 15 million subscribers. That is pretty nuts.
play button. And of course, I would have never been able to buy this beautiful penthouse if it wasn't for your amazing support. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I don't know much about this guy really like at all, but I'm guessing with this subscriber amount and potentially, $7.5, $8 million penthouse tour, this guy probably has like billions upon billions of views on his YouTube channel. That's what I'm guessing.
Yep, I have a tree inside of my house. This is a beautiful bonsai tree, which is actually
Whoa. Okay, so I've only seen bonsai trees where like they're like super tiny, like on your desk, like or like on your dining room table or your kitchen table or even like the desk inside your bedroom, like a little tiny little tree, right? To have a bonsai tree literally the size of you inside your penthouse, that's nuts.
dead. It's not fake. It's mummified. It smells real. Oh my.
Okay, so it's mummified, basically a dead bonsai tree. Okay, that makes way more sense because I was a little bit worried that somehow if he just planted a live bonsai tree, wouldn't the roots end up, basically digging down into the other floors?
My goodness. I also wanted to get a piano into my house, but I don't actually know how to play a piano. So I bought a piano which can play itself.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't this insane? What? As I mentioned, I own the entire top floor of this building, which means that I get the best views ever. Check this out. Welcome to the kitchen.
I gotta say, that is some pretty awesome views, right? I mean, to be able to be in such a great position in life to where, one, you live in Amsterdam, two, you literally own the whole top floor of a building, the whole top floor. That's pretty nuts.
Kitchen reveal. Let's check out the fridge. Check this out. I have two fridges right over here. I love myself some ketchup, some other stuff that's lactose free because I'm allergic to milk. Yeah, that's it.
Now, what I always find interesting is like you see all these like apartments and like penthouses and condos and all that kind of stuff, right? And like their fridges are so tiny, right? Like for example, New York City's like fridges, they're super tiny, right? But go to like any like average normal sized home in America, wow. You have like basically like a bed size refrigerator.
A fun little fact. And check this out. Check out these lights. Did you see that? Whoa! You know what's cool? Having it.
Okay, I'm just going to also take another guess. I have a feeling his audience is probably on the younger side, right? Which is interesting because, it's amazing to me that you could have a young audience on YouTube and still make crazy amount of money because this is the reality of like YouTube, right? Like in terms of like how people make money purely from like ad revenue perspective, right? I mean, you could sell products and all that kind of stuff, right? But for YouTube, if your audience is like 18 and above, and depending on the content that you actually make, you could make, as high as I think like 50 to like I think maybe even the highest I've ever seen, like $60 or $70 per 1,000 views. Whereas for him having a much younger audience, maybe you're only getting like $4 per 1,000 views, right? So he would have to have billions of views to be able to generate like millions of dollars from YouTube in terms of just purely ad revenue. Whereas someone else with like only 50 million views or 100 million views on their whole channel could make over $1 million, right? So it just puts that into perspective too, right?
Dishwasher next to a dishwasher. Oh, yes. So this is about what I drink in a day. No, actually, just kidding. I don't really drink. This is just a normal bottle of wine. I'm just really small. Now, currently, my girlfriend's working in here. Let's see if she wants to be on camera. Hi, sweetie. Do you want to be in the video? You don't want to be in the video? That's fine, because we hired someone to play my girlfriend in this video. Hi, what's your name? I'm Sophie. Oh, hi, Sophie. Well, let's.
Wow, like, wait, hold on, like, wait a second.
Hi, what's your name? I'm Sophie. You don't want to be in the video? That's fine, because we hired someone to play my girlfriend in this video. Hi, what's your name? I'm Sophie. Oh,
I think that's the exact same person. Like, I think that's literally the exact same person. Like, I'm either blind or whatever, but either way, this guy's really good at being able to have like retention.
hi, Sophie. Well, let's
Wow.
continue this house tour. Welcome to the living room. This is where me and my girlfriend usually watch movies together. We never watch movies.
That's a really awesome couch, though.
We don't? Oh, this is a beautiful pool table where we usually play pool. You suck at pool.
That's also a really cool pool table.
But really? This part of the house is what I like to call the multi-room for a few reasons. First of all, it's because this is the place where I play my video games at home, or where I go and play chess, or where I go and build some of my Lego stuff. But you can also fold this desk up all the way and open this up to reveal a bed. So this is
So that's actually a bedroom. That's actually a pretty cool thing. I'm guessing maybe this is like his office? Maybe where he actually makes his videos as well?
actually
Or
also
maybe not.
a bedroom, a guest bedroom. There's also a guest bathroom right over here and some art. And speaking of art, you might have already noticed it, but I have quite a lot of art. Let me show you. These art pieces were sent to me by Vex, who's also a YouTuber. I love his stuff. It looks so insanely
Vex.
nice. He loves doodling, and Gizmo loves doodling.
I mean, it does look like some pretty cool artwork. That's pretty interesting. Now, it is kind of cool, like a YouTuber that does art is willing to give another YouTuber their art.
Dude, right, Gizmo? Yes, I love it. Now, my most beautiful prize position art piece. This is called Isolation Tower, and it's by Cause. This is my second favorite
Cause. Interesting.
art piece. masterpiece by Alec Monopoly. It is beautiful and it actually was destroyed by someone. We had to fix it. 2 years it took before it was fixed. And now
Now the interesting thing is, like, I think I recall watching something about Alec Monopoly where he was making like, I think millions of dollars per piece of artwork or hundreds of thousands of dollars per piece of artwork. So I don't know how much this like Daffy Duck like spray painted Alec Monopoly artwork piece is, but probably a good amount of money. Like a good amount. I It seems like this individual, Kwebbelkop, really likes to spend his money on a lot of like art pieces, which is interesting.
Now you can barely tell that it was completely destroyed. This is the biggest lightsaber ever gifted to me by a good friend of mine, Tim DeVries. It is huge and it's extremely heavy. Drake and Meek Mill have a song together, and there Drake raps and says, "A lot of Murakami's in my hallway," and I love that line so much. I had to get some Takeshi Murakami art pieces. More cause, more cause, more cause, even more cause.
Seems like he's a cause addict, which, I mean, those things look kind of cool, but I have no clue how much those things are, which I'm guessing probably a lot of money. Because it seems like like, it seems that he likes to spend a lot of money on things that look good to him.
Yeah, I'm a big cause fan.
Like, there's literally
Welcome
art
to
everywhere.
the wellness. Yes, I have a wellness in my house because I love gymming. I work out every single
Wellness, gym, okay.
day, and this is just insane to have. Check this out. And right over here.
Now, that is kind of cool that you could be living in a penthouse and literally have your own gym inside your penthouse. That is pretty awesome.
I have this beautiful sauna. I use this every single day.
A sauna in your penthouse. Dude, that is crazy. You know, you got a lot of money if you have a bloody sauna inside your penthouse.
To meditate, to relax, and it even smells like real wood. It is so nice. Now, the moment everyone has been waiting for. Before we get to the pool, we have the master bedroom with a jaw-dropping view.
Now, that is a crazy view for like a master bedroom, right? Like, imagine basically sleeping in the clouds or waking up to the sun, like in the horizon. Like, that is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Of Amsterdam. And of course, this is where all the magic happens.
What kind of magic? Nothing happens here.
Come on. This is my closet, my shoe closet to be specific. I love some sneakers. We have
Wow.
my
Wow.
jewelry and perfume. I love perfume, especially the Hermes perfume. It just smells so good. I own a lot of bags because I think it's pretty cool if some guys own bags. It's not just a girly thing, especially if they're Dior. The master bedroom comes with an on.
Yeah, see, like, I don't know why, but I'm kind of getting the vibe that this is basically like if a male model ended up having a lot of money. Like, I'm getting that sort of vibe from the situation. Like, I don't know if he's basically only done YouTube his whole life, but like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, which is kind of interesting. Because, wow.
Suite bathroom, the master bathroom, with a bathtub, which I never use. I never use this bathtub. That's why it's a bad tub. I actually always use this shower, and this is not your normal shower. This is a massive shower. I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'2". Look at this. Look at how high it is. It even has jets in there, and it has a sun shower. When you press this, ooh, right behind the.
Ah, so basically you have like also like red light therapy, which by the way, for those people that don't know, that red light therapy basically helps with like reducing inflammation. So for in terms of like health benefits, it's a pretty cool perk. And what's really interesting about this like penthouse that he has is like everything is like got a purpose, which is super cool to actually see.
Bed, we have the walk-in closet, the moment your mom has been waiting for while she's watching this video. Check this out. So many really nice, cool things and a beautiful view. A jaw-droppingly, amazingly awesome view of Amsterdam inside of your closet.
And you know what? I think he purely probably bought this penthouse for the view. That's what I'm guessing.
Here in my garage, I have this brand new Mercedes G63 in this beautiful apart. This is my car, and this is my girlfriend's car.
This is my car.
Shut up, I'm trying to act cool.
By the way, like the interesting thing about these Mercedes Benzes AMGs, now I don't know how it works in like Amsterdam, but a lot of times when people buy this, big tank of a car, they actually use it for tax reasons. Like they could use it as like a massive, massive tax write-off. In a sense, practically getting the car for free almost.
The house wouldn't be complete if it didn't also have a wonderful balcony. On this balcony, I decided to put some trees, which had to come with a massive crane, and through the air, they were placed right over here. And it's not the only thing that was delivered by crane. I'm wearing shorts for a reason, because we have a flipping pool.
Can you imagine that like the tree that you have on your property had to get craned in because you live on the penthouse? Like that's so crazy. Like if they screwed it up in any way trying to drop that that tree down into the right location, wow. That would be costly.
Check this out! My private pool! Wow!
Now this is actually pretty cool. He has a pretty nice hot tub. That looks like a hot tub. I don't think that's necessarily a pool.
In my dream home, and this really is my dream home, I needed a pool. That's why I got this thing. It has jets, and I can swim against the jets. So this massive.
Oh, okay, I see. So basically, it is kind of like a pool in the sense that it provides enough propulsion from these jets to basically allow you to swim in place. That's actually really cool.
Jacuzzi tub actually turns into a swimming pool. And also, I really want to thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for supporting me throughout my entire YouTube career. I mean, this is the craziest thing I've ever done, the craziest video I've ever made, the longest video I've ever worked on, and I'm also switching things up on the channel to only bring quality. So make sure you stay tuned for the next video, and also don't forget to subscribe because we're almost at 15 million.
You are almost at 15 million subscribers. Kwebbelkop, whatever. However you pronounce that. I have no clue how you pronounce that. But still, good job to him. I mean, to be able to get to this point in his life is amazing, right? Like, for anyone, this is amazing, right? Any aspect of this penthouse is amazing. So, feel free to give your thoughts. I thought this was like a pretty nice tour, right? And the cool thing about it is like a lot of times you might see someone like just straight up bragging about their penthouse or bragging about how much money they have or whatever kind of stuff, right? You see that a lot with a lot of influencers. The way he went about it is very tastefully done, which is also why I get the vibe that like it's kind of like a male model bought this house. And the reason why I say that is because anytime you've been in like a clothing store and you've seen like the look of like a male model, like just like on their poster or whatever kind of stuff, right? It's like it's positioned or like it's basically it looks like it belongs there without really any weird thing going on, right? It's like, oh, it's like it seems like he literally belongs in this penthouse, right? Like that this penthouse truly kind of like resembles him in a lot of ways, right? Which I hope people understand what I'm trying to like get at. But basically, it feels like from the vibe that I'm getting that he truly belongs in that penthouse, which is kind of cool to see. But wow, absolutely wow. I'm really curious though, like how many views does he have on his channel? He's what, 15 or almost 15 million. Started in April 2nd, 2008. Hold on. He has 6,633,386,089 views. Wow, that is a lot of views. So yeah, he definitely made millions of dollars just from the video views alone. But he must also have. Okay, yeah, the merch. Yeah, so he got merch wherever that is. Elgato? I don't know. He also has sponsorships, that kind of stuff. So he's probably made, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna just take it like a big guess, probably over $30 million from the lifetime of his YouTube career. Who knows? It could be, I don't know, $50 million, right? But it's definitely a lot of money. So I hope he does like continue to do well. I mean, geez, getting close to 15 million, that's pretty cool. Maybe hopefully he gets to like 20 million. I think that'd be pretty cool. But it does kind of look like a lot of his videos are for like a younger audience, from what it looks like. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Because like think about it. The reason why I'm like talking about that is because for YouTube, depending on like the type of audience you actually have, really depends on how much revenue you actually get per view, right? So for example, let's just take what's a good example? Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, let's just do this one, right? The funniest animation that will creep you out, right? It got like 159,000 views, right? Which is pretty cool. But the audience for that is probably younger, right? And the way to really think about it too is like what type of company is going to be like advertising on that type of video, right? Maybe companies that like sell some sort of like toy product, maybe, right? Or maybe a gaming app, maybe, right? Whereas if someone in like a finance niche had the same amount of views, right? They would end up getting 4, 10, 20, maybe even 30 times the amount of money that their video generates than his, right? So that's another thing to really understand. Just because he has a lot of views doesn't necessarily mean he's made a lot of money purely from just ad revenue. So just something that I thought would be kind of interesting to input. If you want to learn how to get a debt and manage your money, go to 14box.com.